boxing fans here with Buddy McGirt. Buddy, we're here in Bournemouth. First of all, you're becoming a bit of a regular in the UK now. Have you got acclimatized yourself to the cold weather right yet?
I'm okay, but I'm ready to go home.
You're ready, I can tell. Obviously, you're here with Dan Azeez. Just talk to me about your link up, how you guys linked up.
Instagram.
Social media power, yeah?
Yeah, he hit me up on Instagram, and then he came to the States. We trained for like a week, 10 days, and here I am.
I think the UK fighters seem to take a liking to yourself. Do you want to talk about Dan Azeez and what you've seen of him so far? There's a lot of big hope with Dan Azeez. He's fighting Rocky Fielding, a very experienced fighter. We know him for his fights in the UK against Callum, but also on the world level against Canelo Alvarez. What do you make of Rocky Fielding as a fighter?
Well, listen, he's a veteran. He's been around. He can fight. I mean, it's not an easy fight. You know what I mean? But you know, we've prepared accordingly. So it's just a matter now of putting everything together Saturday night.
How far can this boy go in your eyes?
We're still in the working stages, but he can become a world champion. I mean, but we still got a lot of work to do. But right now, we just got to take care of business on Saturday.
I get that. Obviously, you're still working with Callum Smith.
Yes, sir.
Callum looks like, and what we're hearing is there's a potential British fight for him against Lyndon Arthur. Is that something that you're hearing? Is there anything? Lyndon Arthur, light heavyweight.
Listen, Callum calls me and says, "Hey, let's start camp." I'm like, "Okay, let's go."
Fair enough. But obviously, Callum fighting a light heavyweight nowadays. Do you feel like he can become world champion over there as well?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, Callum can become cruiserweight champion. I mean, I think he can. Well, I know he can win the light heavyweight title, and I know he can win the cruiserweight title. He's big enough, strong enough, and he can fight, man. Callum's the real deal.
Buddy, I do want to talk about your last outing in the UK with Dillian Whyte. There's been a lot of scrutiny, a lot of debate about things that you said after the fight, saying that you never really watched Dillian fight. I'm not sure if the media turned that a little bit out to your favour, but what do you make of all the comments coming out after the Dillian Whyte loss?
I don't. Listen, everyone's going to have their opinion, which is okay, and I respect that. You know what I mean? But I know what I'm looking for in the guy, and then I know now what I can do now for the next fight. You know what I mean? We did what we had to do to get by what was working in the fight. So if the jab, right hand to the body was working, stick with it. I mean, anytime he tried to load up, he was missing the guy. But when he kept it simple, he was scoring. So if you keep it simple and you hit the guy with every jab you throw, why stop and make it a war?
Are you still going to be working with Dillian going forward?
Yes.
That's confirmed. You guys have had talks about this?
Yeah, we've talked. Yeah, he calls me every other day. You know what I mean? We joke around on the phone. We joke around on Instagram. You know what I mean?
How much more work do you need to do with Dillian for him to fight and be up there with the big boys again?
Well, it's not about a lot of work. It's just a question now of, in the fight, what worked for him. Now we got to take that and put it with the rest of his arsenal, and people are going to see a big difference.
We've also seen Anthony Joshua go over to the States. He's in America right now, and what we're hearing is he's trying different trainers. Virgil Hunter being one, Derek James being another. He seems to be, finding a new training team. What do you make of Anthony Joshua's training situation?
I think that, I wish him the best. Don't get me wrong. I really like Anthony. You know what I'm saying? I think that he has a lot of talent. I think he can become heavyweight champion of the world again. It's just a matter of getting with the right trainer and having the right chemistry.
How long does that take, really?
It depends on the relationship the fighter and the trainer has. You see, when you first get with a new trainer, the first couple of days, it's going to seem like it's a match made in heaven. But after 2 or 3 weeks, then you can see, hey, you know what I mean, if you're really vibing. And after 2 or 3 weeks, if you're still vibing, then you got yourself something special there.
Is that where fighters sometimes can go wrong? After the first couple of days, they feel that chemistry with the new trainer, and by the end of fight night, that chemistry is no longer there. Is that something that fighters need to do, is maybe work with a trainer 2-3 weeks before they make the decision?
That's my theory. I think you should at least a week to see if you know what I mean? Because, you get a fight of that caliber, you know what I mean? Some guys are going to be like, okay, they're going to try to make it work. Trying to make it work and making it work is two different things.
I do quickly want to talk about one more thing. It's Tyson Fury. He beat Derek Chisora in a fashion that we thought he would. It looks like he's going to be fighting Oleksandr Usyk for all the marbles, all the belts. What happens in that fight?
I got to go with Fury because he knows how to use his size to his advantage.
And did you see that in the Derek Chisora fight?
Huh?
Did you see that in the Derek Chisora fight, the way he used his size?
He used it in the Deontay Wilder fight. I just seen how he used it, and he used it very effectively, so I respect him for that.
At this present time, is there anyone that beats Tyson Fury in that division?
I think there's a couple of guys out there. I'm not going to mention any names, but I think there's a couple of guys out there.
Buddy, listen, it's always a pleasure talking to yourself. I know you've done a lot of interviews, so I appreciate your time. Thank you very much for talking to Pro Boxing Fan.